Okay, first of all, we are learning the characteristics or basic properties of an antenna. Now, what are the main properties or characteristics are important? Then the 11 properties are there. First one is the radiation resistance, radiation pattern, directivity, then efficiency, power efficiency, beam width, operating frequency. So those are the 11 properties those we have to know before starting a designing of an antenna, or if you want to choose any antenna for any application, these are the main properties. So first property we are going to overlook is a radiation resistance. So radiation resistance means what? The first and very important factor is that antenna क्या करने वाला है? Antenna is going to radiate a power into space. Okay. Now, whenever we are designing any equipment, so the first thing is that equipment वो resistor होने दो, maybe it is a inductor, maybe it's a capacitor, or it is a switch, or it is anything, any equipment. When you are going to check, the first thing is what is a internal resistance of that component, or what is the internal resistance of that wire, or what is the internal resistance of that component. Okay, so for that purpose, now why that resistance is very important, because when we want a maximum power transfer, so what maximum power transfer says that maximum power transfer says that if input resistance is equal to output resistance, then and then only it is possible to have a maximum power transfer. So to find out that maximum power transfer, first we have to find out what is the radiation resistance. If that radiation resistance impedance matching, is it possible for आपका first antenna है transmitting antenna and receiving antenna, if that impedance matching is possible, then you can achieve a maximum power transfer theorem. Okay, so for that reason we have to find out what is a radiation resistance. For half wave dipole, the radiation resistance is almost equal to 70 ohm at its feed point. Now why it is a feed point? Because जैसे जैसे distance change होगा feed point से, your resistance is going to change. Okay? Now the portion of antenna's input impedance that is due to the power radiated into space and is known as radiation resistance. Okay, so please remember that what is a radiation resistance. First, we are going to assume that half wave dipole is a lossless material, but actually when we are starting designing of antenna, then we know that in a practical antenna there is a nothing concept like a lossless. So loss, where we are having to face a loss when the resistance of a material is present there. Okay, so this is nothing but your radiation resistance, and it is an impedance due to power radiated into space. Okay, now next is a antenna characteristics. So it should be apparent that antenna radiate in various direction. If you seen any antenna, so it can radiate in various direction. Okay, so the term applied to isotropic and half wave dipole antenna are also applied to other antenna design. This is very important, that whatever we are going to study for a isotropic antenna, or whatever concept we are going to study, or we can apply on a dipole antenna, the same concept or same term we can also apply to other antenna. That means if we are having a Yagi-Uda antenna, if we are having a microstrip antenna, then the both antenna is having a radiation resistance. Okay, so now next is this radiation pattern. So this is a three-dimensional diagram, X, Y and Z. So in a three-dimensional, we know that we can see anything in a three-dimensional. So theta is measured from the x-axis in the direction of y-axis, and z is a vertical. Remember that z is a vertical, and it is usually measured from horizontal plane to the zenith plane. And this is your actual radiation pattern going to look like. So this is a 8 pattern dipole antenna. This is your radiation pattern Smith chart. Okay, and this is a cross section of that three-dimensional radiation pattern. Okay, When we plot this radiation pattern, the next thing we have to find out what is the gain and what is the directivity of an antenna. So maximum gain is what? From center point to the major lobe. Now this is a major lobe, one जहाँ पे मुझे बहुत बड़ा रेडिएशन पैटर्न मिलेगा. So center point से if I measure from the radiation, then this value is nothing but my gain. Okay, so maybe it is a 20, 15, जितना भी dB आपका पावर होगा, सॉरी गेन होगा, उतना आपको वहां पे गेन मिलने वाला है. ओके, नाउ power gain in one direction is at the expense of losses in others. Okay, and this is very important. And directivity is the gain calculating assuming a lossless antenna. So whenever we are going to calculate a directivity, तो हम लोग उसको as a lossless antenna करके ही calculate करने वाले. So that's why practical antenna and theoretical antenna both are going to be very different. Means this blue region is a dipole and this dotted region is a isotropic. So isotropic is a ideal antenna, so it is having a direct radiation pattern uniform in all direction, but dipole is a practical antenna, so that's why it is a constant 8. Okay, now next is a beam width. So beam width is what? Is defined as the angle between its half power. So आपका अगर major lobe है, if you are having one major lobe, उसको अगर मैंने हाफ पावर में 2 पॉइंट्स ड्रॉ किए, then it is called as a half power points or it is a beam width. So half power dipole has a beam width of about 79 degree in a one plane and 360 degree in the other. So next term is a front to back ratio. This is a radiation pattern for array antenna. So if you observe, this is the center point. From center point 0 degree I am getting a maximum directivity, and center point to 180 degree I am getting this back lobe. So always remember, if I want to design a directional antenna, then this front major lobe बहुत बड़ा होना चाहिए और यहाँ पे बैक लोब जो है वो छोटा होना चाहिए. Otherwise this back lobe is nothing but my losses. So this ratio is nothing but a front to back ratio. So the direction of maximum radiation in a one horizontal plane is considered to be front. Front to back means from 0 to this point it is a front we are going to calculate, and from this point to this it is going to be back. So this is only one case, but if my radiation pattern is just change, my radiation pattern is like in a 90 degree I am getting a major lobe. So according to that my front and back is going to change. Okay. Now next and very important thing is a major and minor lobe. So major lobe is what, जहाँ पे आपको मैक्सिमम डायरेक्टिविटी मिल रहा है, जहाँ पे आपको मैक्सिमम पावर मिल रहा है. ओके, और माइनर लोब मतलब जहाँ पे आपको लोब्स तो मिल रहा है बट वो आपके कुछ यूज के नहीं है. यू कांट यूज दोज रेडिएशन पैटर्न, दोज पावर्स फॉर अ ट्रांसमिशन और रिसेप्शन. ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट is what is the effective isotropic radiated power or EIRP. Please note down that concept. What is a effective isotropic radiated power or EIRP or effective radiated power? This is a majorly asked MCQ in all the question papers, that what is a EIRP. So EIRP is nothing but a calculation of antenna gain measured with the respect to a half wave dipole. So input power, your power input multiplied by antenna gain. Remember that. What is a EIRP? Power multiplied by antenna gain. So in a practical situation, what is going to happen? That in a practical situation, your power emitted in a particular direction than in a total radiated power. So how much power, अगर मेरे यहाँ पे मैंने पहले आपको बताया कि अगर आपका ये रेडिएशन पैटर्न है तो यहाँ पे फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू 0 एंड फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू दिस 330 एंड 30, ये पोर्शन ही हमारे लिए यूजफुल है. बाकी जगह पे हमें वी आर गेटिंग माइनर लोब. सो नाउ फॉर दिस एंटीना व्हाट इज योर EIRP. तो EIRP मतलब जो इनपुट पावर है और आपका जो गेन है उसका जो मल्टीप्लिकेशन होगा, दिस इज नथिंग बट EIRP. Because of that point only we can have a actually informative और आपका जो सिग्नल है वो वहां पे अच्छे से रिसीव होगा. ओके, नाउ दिस effective radiated power represents the power input multiplied by antenna gain and measured with respect to the half wave dipole. So for ideal dipole, gain is 2.14 dBi. Now what is dBi? dB with respect to isotropic antenna. Okay, and EIRP is a 2.14 dB. So greater than ERP for the same antenna combination. Okay. Now next concept is the impedance. So now what is the impedance? So radiation resistance of a half wave dipole situated in a free space, okay, and fed at a center approximately 70 ohms. Now that impedance is a completely means जो resistance अभी हमें मिलने वाला है वो इंडक्टिव रहेगा, रेजिस्टिव रहेगा या कैपेसिटिव रहेगा. इट इज डिपेंड ऑन द एंटीना का मटेरियल एंड एट विच लेंथ हम लोग फीड पॉइंट और वहां से सिग्नल हमें वापस आ रहा है या जहां से हम लोग सिग्नल रिसीव कर रहे हैं. सो द इम्पीडेंस इज कंप्लीटली रेजिस्टिव एट रेजोनेंस. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. That's why we are talking about a impedance matching or operating frequency. From where operating frequency is coming? That RLC जगह अगर आप ग्राफ ड्रॉ करोगे तो एक जगह पे आपको मैक्सिमम पावर मिलता है रेजोनेंस में. And if I am capable to operate on that frequency, then only I am going to receive that efficiency or power. Okay, so that's why on that point maximum power transfer says XL is equal to जो आपका लोड है एक्सेल इज इक्वल टू अगर इनपुट इम्पीडेंस है देन ओनली वी आर गेटिंग मैक्सिमम पावर. ओके, सो फॉर दैट रीजन दैट रेजोनेंस शुड बी कंप्लीटली रेजिस्टिव. वो कहाँ पे आपको मिलेगा? which occurs when the length of an antenna is about 95% of the calculated free space half wavelength value. This is very important. This is nothing but your RLC वैल्यू जो कैलकुलेट करके ऑलरेडी आपको डिजाइन करके दिया हुआ है. आपको ये डेरिवेशन नहीं करना है. Directly it is mentioned that when I am getting a resistive resonance when antenna is about 95% of calculated free space half wavelength value. Okay? Now, if what is going to happen if frequency is above resonance and frequency is below resonance? अगर गलती से आपकी frequency shift हो गई, so what is going to happen? Either it is going to above resonance or either it is going to below resonance. So when frequency is above resonance, the feed point impedance has an inductive component. Very important. This is note down करके रखो. ये आपका again MCQ का question है. That if frequency of an antenna is above resonance, then feed point impedance has an inductive component, and if the frequency is below resonance, the component is capacitive. Okay, and these are the simple antenna: folded dipole, monopole, loop antenna. Okay, then discone antenna, helical antenna. This is a folded dipole which is going to use in a array antenna. So what is the advantage of a folded antenna? That first, what is a folded antenna? If my standard dipole is made of two conductors and that two conductors are joined together, two conductors and they join together and they separated a particular distance, then it is called a folded dipole. Folded dipole differs in that it has a wider bandwidth and has approximately 4 times the feed point impedance of a standard dipole. This is very important. That 4 times feed point impedance. Why we need that impedance should be very high? If my impedance in a dipole, when we started with the dipole impedance is a 70 ohm और 70 above में अगर जाते हैं तो 100 ohm तक हमें impedance मिलता है. Okay, but what is going to happen when we want to connect antenna with another system? We want to connect antenna with another communication system. Then the major problem is that अगर another communication के parts जो है system के parts है उनका impedance but obvious 100 ohm के above होगा. So where is the problem? We are not going to get the impedance matching, or if impedance matching is not present there, then what is going to happen? That I am going to get a low power or my power is going to loss. So how to avoid that problem? That can I able to design an antenna which is having a higher impedance. So that's why if we started with the antenna journey, antenna अगर हम लोगों ने start किया, so dipole के बाद जितने भी antenna है उनका impedance gradually increase हो रहा है, okay? And because of that we can use those antenna in another communication system very effectively. Okay, this is again second monopole antenna. Then loop antenna. Mainly loop antenna is used in a radio receiver. This is a 5/8 wavelength antenna, discone antenna, helical antenna. Okay. Now this is very important concept, that is antenna matching. What is going to happen that when we are working on antenna is working on a resonance concept. Okay, so resonant antenna, जब उसका resonance match होगा, operating frequency is going to match, then and then only antenna is having a pure resistive impedance, and then only we are going to get a maximum power transfer. Okay, so what is convenient? That sometimes a resonant antenna is too large to be convenient. Okay, or other times the antenna may be required to operate at several widely different frequencies and cannot be of resonant length all the time. Okay, अगर हम लोगों को एंटीना डिफरेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी पे काम करना पड़ेगा, या हम लोगों को सेम एंटीना दूसरे एप्लीकेशन के टाइम हम अगर फ्रीक्वेंसी चेंज हो गई, then it is not going to work effectively. So to avoid that mismatch problem, we can rectify it by matching the antenna to the feed line using an LC matching network. मीन्स अगर वहां पे मैंने एक ऐसा नेटवर्क डाल दिया एक्सटर्नल LC कि जो उसको मैच करेगा, देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ LC मैचिंग नेटवर्क. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट इज अ एंटीना array. Now in the antenna array there are various types. Broadly it is classified in a broadside array and end-fire array. Note down that in your syllabus those both types are there. Okay, now what is array? That simple antenna elements can combine and they can form a array. What is the resultant feature? That in a resultant feature, because of that combination of antenna, we are getting a directivity very high in particular direction. Means we are getting better gain and we are getting directional characteristics, improved directional characteristics. Okay, and जैसे जैसे आप आगे जाओगे IoT और whatever applications small का एंटीना है, so the first requirement is that we want a higher directivity. Okay, and for that higher directivity we can use array. So for array there are two types, broadside and end-fire array. Now the second feature is that if you want to increase directivity without using array, then we can use a reflector. That reflector is just a one sheet जो आप पीछे लगा सकते हो. ओके, और आपका एंटीना का डायरेक्टिविटी बढ़ जाएगा. ओके, नाउ these are the various different antennas we can use. Okay, so what you are going to do, that this is a dipole antenna direction pattern. So half wave dipole, run animation. Okay, एंड यू कैन कंप्लीट. जब ये कंप्लीट हो जाएगा आप इसका स्क्रीनशॉट लेके आपका फाइल फर्स्ट प्रैक्टिकल यू कैन कंप्लीट दैट हाफ डाइपोल एंटीना डायरेक्शन और डायरेक्टिविटी ऑफ अ हाफ वेव डाइपोल एंटीना. नाउ we have started question answer and we completed 3 questions. Now we are started with the 4th question, that constructive and destructive interference pattern inside transmission line connected to antenna formed by reflection from impedance mismatch between the transmission line and the antennas. So what is your answer? Traveling wave, free space or standing wave? What is your answer? Constructive and destructive interference pattern inside transmission line connected to antennas formed by reflection from impedance mismatch between the transmission line and antennas. So इसकी वजह से आपका क्या होता है? ट्रैवलिंग वेव होते हैं, फ्री स्पेस वेव होते हैं या स्टैंडिंग वेव होते हैं? स्टैंडिंग
I think standing wave, ma'am.
Yes, it is correct. Okay. An aggregate of individual discrete radiating elements, antenna, in an electrical and geometrical arrangement is referred to as an continuous source array waveguide. An aggregate of individual discrete radiating elements, antenna. अगर बहुत हम लोग इंडिविजुअल अगर रखते हैं तो क्या होगा?
मतलब बहुत सारे एंटीनाज एक साथ रख रहे हैं, ऐसा ये
एरे,
क्वेश्चन?
यस, एरे। ये आपको थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन होगा, इसलिए मैंने आंसर कर दिया। टू क्रिएट रेडिएशन देयर मस्ट बी अ डायरेक्ट करंट, टाइम वेरिंग करंट, एक्सेलरेटिंग करंट।
ऑन टाइम वेरिंग करंट।
करेक्ट, गुड। टू क्रिएट रेडिएशन देयर मस्ट बी डायरेक्ट चार्ज, टाइम वेरिंग चार्ज, एक्सेलरेटिंग चार्ज।
मैम अब
वही
टाइम वेरिंग
एक्सेलरेटिंग ये होगा ना।
मैम, टाइम वेरिंग
नो वे, इफ यू वांट रेडिएशन देयर आर टू कंडीशंस है। पहला कि एक्सेलरेटिंग चार्ज होना चाहिए और एक्सेलरेटिंग करंट होना चाहिए।
ओके मैम।
हाँ, ओके। टू क्रिएट रेडिएशन, ओके ये हो गया। रेडिएशन कैन बी क्रिएटेड बाय स्मूथ वायर्स, डिसकंटिन्यूअस वायर्स, इनफाइनाइट लेंथ वायर्स।
मैम रेडिएशन तो मैम ऐसा डिसकंटिन्यूअस वायर्स मतलब
When we want a radiation, right? जब हमें रेडिएशन चाहिए होता है, so first thing is that when we are going to calculate voltage, what is the basic parameter of a Maxwell का law क्या है? कि if there is a current flowing from a wire, changing means sine wave अगर एक है, oscillating current अगर flow हो रहा है, तो वहाँ पे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होगा, राइट? और दूसरा क्या है, अगर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है तो इलेक्ट्रिक करंट वहां पे होगा, राइट? अब व्हाट इज एंटीना? एंटीना क्या कर रहा है? एंटीना में से आप इलेक्ट्रिक करंट पास कर रहे हो, तो मुझे मैग्नेटिक वेव्स मिल रहे हैं, राइट? इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स, राइट? अगेन वो इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स एक जगह पे आ रहे हैं दूसरे एंटीना के यहाँ पे, और मुझे वोल्टेज और करंट मिल रहा है, राइट? सो इसके लिए अब ये जो डाइपोल होगा, जो वायर हम लोग यूज करने वाले हैं, वो कैसा होना चाहिए? उसका कंस्ट्रक्शन वो स्मूथ होना चाहिए, वो डिसकंटिन्यूअस होना चाहिए, वो इनफाइनाइट होना चाहिए। ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, if the length is a infinite, then we can't calculate voltage and current. This is the first fundamental. Okay, so उसका length हमें पता होना चाहिए। That's why we are telling lambda by 2, lambda by 4. The length हम लोग जो दे रहे हैं वो उसके लिए दे रहे हैं, because on that length we can calculate radiation impedance, power, then effective aperture, जो भी होगा आपका वो वहां से हम लोग कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं। ओके, डिसकंटिन्यूअस में क्या होगा कि आपका जो फीड पॉइंट है वो आपको मिलेगा। इफ द कंटिन्यूअस वायर इज देयर, तो आपका फीड पॉइंट आपको कहाँ पे मिलेगा? कहीं पे भी नहीं। सो ओनली एक साइड में ही आपको एंटीना मिलेगा। बट व्हाट वी वांट व्हेन वी आर कनेक्टिंग द टू कंडक्टर्स, राइट? हमारे पास जो वायर रहता है वो क्या होता है, हमारे पास पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव वायर रहता है, तो हमें क्या करना होता है, दो कंडक्टर्स चाहिए। सो दैट्स व्हाई इट शुड बी डिसकंटिन्यूअस वायर्स। अगर स्मूथ वायर रहेगा, इनफाइनाइट रहेगा, तो वो रेडिएशन नहीं कर पाएगा। ओके, okay, distance between two half period free space wave, lambda by 2, lambda by 2। हम लोग पहले से ही वही देख रहे हैं ना कि डाइपोल का लेंथ क्या होगा, लैम्बडा बाय 2। ओके, यस,
मैम एंटीना का लेंथ लैम्बडा बाय 4 होता है ना?
डाइपोल बेसिक एंटीना चल रहा है ना हम लोगों का। हाफ पीरियड फ्री स्पेस वेव्स, व्हाट इज द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टू हाफ पीरियड फ्री स्पेस वेव्स, बेसिक एंटीना। जब
लैम्बडा बाय 2 हो गया ना मैम?
लैम्बडा बाय 2, लैम्बडा बाय 3, लैम्बडा बाय 4। ओके, कोई भी लेंथ चल सकता है, बट हियर इट इज मेंशन दैट the distance between half period free space waves. Okay, fine. Now, so this is the question answer for this session, but remember that whatever lectures I'm posting on your Google, but अभी आपने देखा कि if you skip one lecture, then जो MCQ है वो आपको नहीं होगा, because MCQ is a very different pattern. Because to understand MCQ, to understand question, it is very important that you have to overview the concept and उसको आपने एक बार सुनना चाहिए, फिर डायग्राम्स देखने चाहिए। एंड इफ स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट अटेंडिंग लेक्चर्स, देन इट इज अ मेजर इशू फॉर देम ओनली, बिकॉज फॉर माई साइड आई एम गोइंग टू रिकॉर्ड लेक्चर, आई एम गोइंग टू पोस्ट, बट आफ्टरवर्ड्स हम उतना 1 घंटा पेशेंस से नहीं देख सकते हैं। ओके, सो थैंक्स फॉर अटेंडिंग टुडेज लेक्चर, यू कैन लीव नाउ।